Hello, dear friends. This is Stefan from Love in New York again. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 10 most beautiful places in New York, in my opinion, when I'm there in the summer. There are some really amazing things included. I'll take you out on the water. I'll take you way up high, and I'll show you lots of corners of the city. You're sure to love them. And right at the end, I have a real insider tip just for you. So it's worth sticking around. With that, enjoy the video. Let's get started. Way up high on my list are the boat tours that go all around New York. And by that, I mean especially the sailing tours. Yes, you can go sailing on large or rather on big two-masted ships. I've already taken part in many of these tours during the day, at night, at sunset, and all of them are beautiful. I especially recommend the Provider Classic Harbor line. I'll put the links for you below again, along with the QR code. And of course, I also have very detailed videos about this here on the channel. In those, I take you right on board in case you want a bit more information about it later. I think the sailing tour is really great because you're actually sailing and you don't have the engine noise. You don't have that noise around you the whole time. And you can experience New York in a wonderfully relaxed way from the water during the hour and a half that the tours usually last. They take you down the Hudson Yards all the way to the Statue of Liberty. From there, you take a little loop around the southern tip of Manhattan, and then you head back already. It's an hour and a half, but it feels relaxed and much longer. They offer them during the day, at night, with live jazz and without live jazz. And there's one more that I think is really beautiful. They're all awesome, but this one is the Sunset Cruise. Because you get to see New York in daylight, you see it at sunset, the city at sunset. And when you sail back, everything is dark. And you see the reflection on the water, and a very personal highlight. This always gives me goosebumps. And that's also one of the reasons why I make these videos, because I want you to have an amazing time when you're in New York. And I actually just got that feedback again by email. I had recommended the tour, and he was able to, since he's a trained sailor himself and has a sailing license, so for part of the trip he was able to steer the boat himself. He only got to steer it for a short stretch. That was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. I'm getting goosebumps just making the video about it. It's simply sensational. So you absolutely have to do a sailing tour. You'll find all the links below. Now let's move on to the next spot. What is it? The rooftop bars. You know it. I love the rooftop bars in New York. And there are so many in so many different areas. Whether you're in Williamsburg, there's the Westlight, where you have a beautiful view of the Manhattan skyline. It's all near Domino Park, which I'll get to in a moment. Then I like the Refinery, which is very close by. At the Empire State Building, you have a really beautiful view of it, so it's really nice. And my personal highlight, which I discovered recently, is a rooftop bar in the financial district called Overstory. The special thing about it is that you can step outside the building onto a balcony with a 360-degree panoramic view. You have a beautiful view of Brooklyn. You can look up at Midtown. It's just amazing. A reservation is required. Absolutely. If you want to do this and you're already there, just stop by a day before or in the morning on the same day and ask when the next available slots are and make a reservation. Then you can go in the evening and enjoy this sensational view. If you then say, this is really cool, but I want to go there with kids, unfortunately, that's not possible because most rooftops are, well, not most, but the rooftops, especially in the evenings, are all 21 plus. So you have to be of legal age, 21 years old. So keep that in mind, but you can still enjoy New York from above in a relaxed way. You can check them out, like the observation decks, at each of the observation decks. The Summit, One Vanderbilt, Top of the Rock, the Edge, and the One World Observatory, all the way in the south of New York. I forgot one more. Top of the Rock, Summit, Edge, oh right, Empire State Building. I forgot that one too. Of course, I also have videos about that on the channel if you're there with kids. And if you have to choose a top 3, I can really recommend the Summit to you. It's spread over 3 floors with beautiful sightlines in every area and from every angle you could want. The Empire State Building is super close, really beautiful. I think it's a great place. The Edge, right on the other side in Hudson Yards, also has a glass floor. Definitely a recommendation. And last but not least, there's the One World Observatory. Why? Because from down there, you can really nicely watch the ship traffic that moves in front of the southern tip of Manhattan. Yeah, that's how it plays out. And it's just great for kids because it actually feels like a hidden object book lying open in front of you. And the sightlines, I find the views from the One World Observatory especially beautiful when I'm there with kids and family. Another spot that shouldn't be missed is the High Line. Such a beautiful, such a lovely free attraction. And it has really grown close to my heart. Over the years, it has become so dear to me that it simply can't be left out of this list. It stretches from Hudson Yards all the way to the meatpacking district. Take your time, about half an hour, to stroll through and relax. It's absolutely beautiful at any time of year, especially in summer because everything is green. You can really do a lot outdoors. You can, before that, leave the High Line. There are several exits to head into Chelsea and the Art District. Or you can simply walk all the way through or sit down on one of the many benches there and just enjoy, well, this fantastic city. When you reach the southern end, make a little detour over to the Hudson. It's only about 100 or 200 meters, and there you'll find a free rooftop. Here, with a fantastic view and little island, I really can't recommend it enough. And that's just one of many that I'd like to show you, which are also included in my summer magazine. Yes, I have it digitally, but it's also really nice if you say, I want to flip through it myself. Take a look at it. You can find it in my shop, and of course, as you already know, it's also in our new travel guide. And I even have the other one here right now, still shrink wrapped. Look at how it shines, there it is. Yesterday, the latest edition of a low-budget guide arrived with which I prove to you that New York doesn't have to be expensive. And it even includes Little Island and the Hallein. What else shouldn't be missed? I'll tell you now. I already mentioned Domino Park earlier, and that's one of my favorite places when it's warm and the sun is setting. And then that's my favorite park. It's located in Williamsburg, a very creative neighborhood in Brooklyn. You can get there easily either by walking over or riding with the city bikes. Or even better, just take the NYC ferry across. You can find videos about all of these things below. And Domino Park is just sensationally beautiful because it's another great example of how New York can create new things from old buildings. You'll see lots and lots of reminders of the Domino Sugar Factory, which is what it used to be. And there, you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the sunset. If you're wondering whether Williamsburg is for you or not, I actually took a walk there for that very reason. Did I walk through Williamsburg every half hour? And there I show you the most beautiful corners and you'll see for yourself. You'll have guessed it. You can find everything in the pin in the description. And if a QR code pops up, you can just scan it. And now, if you're wondering, why do I always show these QR codes? Over 50% of you watch my videos on TV. So that's why the QR code appears, because it's not so easy to check the description on TV. Now, a quick request. If these videos help you, if you find great inspiration from them, I would be absolutely thrilled if you followed this channel. It's completely free for you and it really helps me reach even more people. So subscribe to the channel, and it's best if you also activate the little bell. That way you won't miss anything when a new video about the USA or New York is released here. And if you say, great, I've already done that, then first of all, a big heartfelt thank you to you. If you'd like to support me even more, then check out my YouTube membership. By doing so, you really help me spend even more time on the videos. Of course, you also get something out of it. We regularly hold giveaways among all Loving Travel members. Most recently, we had several Get Your Guide vouchers that you could use for whatever you wanted. So if you want to know more about it, here is the QR code. And below, you'll find all the information again. And now let's move on to the next point, which also shouldn't be missed. And what is it? It's Central Park. Central Park is always worth a visit. I especially like it in the summer. Why? There are often free concerts. I just love incorporating Central Park into my day and simply enjoying my time there. You can really blend in with the New Yorkers, who especially on weekends spend most of their time in Central Park when the weather is nice. I've also created various routes for that. You can also find them in my app. Feel free to check them out. I've actually created my favorite route through Central Park, and maybe you already know it. My favorite spot is in the southeastern corner, on the rocks, above Wollman Rink, above the ice skating rink, because from there, you have a beautiful view of the Billionaires Row skyline. So definitely add Central Park to your list. And if you want to relax a bit more afterwards, in Central Park, I recommend the Central Park Boathouse. It used to be called Le Boathouse. There you can sit back and relax, look out over the lake, enjoy the sounds around you, and still be right in the middle of greenery. So Central Park is really something you can't miss. I've included another park as well, and this one is really, really special to me. It's Bryant Park, one of my favorite parks. It's in my top 3. Yes, it even pushed Central Park out of my top 3. Because when you're sitting in Bryant Park, you can look at the skyline. Here too, you're right in the middle of greenery. You can see the tip of the Empire State Building peeking over, you see. If you look towards Summit 1 Vanderbilt, of course you see Summit 1 Vanderbilt. And why did I include it? In the summer, there are free concerts here. It's worth it. Free sports broadcast too. And that's where New Yorkers flock to. And it's a really, really special feeling because you're right in the middle of the city. Bryant Park is also relatively small, and you have this gigantic backdrop and such a unique atmosphere. So yes, Bryant Park is really great. All the dates for Bryant Park. Picnic performances, that's what they're called, can also be found on my website. I've just updated all of them as well. Then I have something else for you. And that's still an insider tip, I would say. Actually, there are two insider tips coming up. Number one is always a neighborhood. It's Red Hook in Brooklyn. You can also get there with the NYC ferry. On weekends, you can even take the IKEA ferry for free. It takes you from the southern tip of Manhattan past Governor's Island, and then you've arrived in Red Hook. And that's a neighborhood that isn't as gentrified as other areas yet. You'll notice that in Williamsburg, it's still creative, it's still lively, but even here you can already see that the city has changed a bit. And a truly original version of that is Red Hook. So take your time and stroll around there. Yes, of course, it's totally safe. The neighborhood, otherwise I wouldn't recommend it to you. And yes, be sure to walk along the waterfront as well. There are some great little breweries there. You can really enjoy yourself there. Eat some barbecue. There's also a really great seafood spot there. All the information about Red Hook, of course, and unsurprisingly, is also included in this chapter. So it actually got its own chapter in my travel guide. Once again, a big thank you to everyone who participated. This thing has over 1,000 reviews on Amazon. So you all out there are really crazy in a very, very positive way. That's why you should check out Red Hook. It's absolutely worth it. Now we're coming to the finish line. I still have two things left. Number 9, but definitely not in 9th place, is Grand Banks. Grand Banks has been in my travel guide since the very first edition because it's such a cool place. It's a moored two-masted ship at Pier 25, and from there, right on the Hudson River, very close to the One World Observatory, you can sit and listen to relaxing music. It's usually reggae music, very light and easygoing. The ship gently moves and you can look out at the One World Observatory. You can look all the way down to the Statue of Liberty. It's simply amazing, and it's my absolute favorite place. And it just couldn't be left out here. That's Grand Banks. If you want to visit, these days you should make a reservation in advance. It's all online, so you can do it easily ahead of time. And if you want to imagine what it's like, it has a small bar on board, and it's a seafood-focused restaurant. But you can also just go there for a drink and simply have a good time. What's missing? Last but not least, definitely not least, Willy Wall. An absolute insider tip. And if you've taken a boat tour towards the Statue of Liberty, there's a good chance you've already seen it, but maybe you missed it. It's actually a small floating yacht house right in front of Ellis Island. You'll be ferried over from the yacht club, and it's like being on a floating pontoon with a mini bar on top, and you can look all the way down the Hudson River. This is Willy Ward. Well, the full name is Honorable William Ward. That's the long name. These are really, really great local tickets. They cost $29. To get over there, once you take the ferry, you can stay as long as you want and then head back in the evening. So it's not a fancy bar or anything like that. It's just a thing. That's where the New Yorkers are. You can find all the information about it below the video as well. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a channel subscription, as I mentioned before, and feel free to recommend it to others. And if you're wondering what else you can watch now, I'll put the sailing tour at sunset as the next video in the end screen for you. And I'll also include my walk through Williamsburg in one of the 2 tiles. With that, once again, thank you so much for watching the video. And I'd say see you in one of the next 2 videos. Bye, your Stefan from Love in New York.